Hello there, everybody. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid, Brandenburg Shelter. Episode 42, Pork, Leather, Tannin, and Stew. Can I put the pig in the other seat? Oh, I forgot the other seat is full of bullets. Cartons and cartons of bullets. Oops. So let's hope this trip was worth it. Wait, is that a dead pig? Did the zombie kill it? Zombie looks like it killed it. But I didn't think they did that. Hey, Wabik. Thank you for the resub. And Hashimoto, too. I missed that. Wasn't paying enough attention. I apologize. Oh, that stop sign. I know why it's bent. I think the scientist in me can predict, or in this case, remember, why it's all dented up. So there's that one section of town which is going to be really annoying to traverse, that is full of zombies. Maybe they've dispersed a little bit since then, I'm hoping. And I want to see some more oh, I never went upstairs now. I want to see more predictions about how much pork I'm going to get off this pig. I mean, I know butchery is like a skill or whatever. But for reference, it is a 257 kilogram sow. So how many encumbrance units of meat do you think I'll fetch for this little piggy going to market? And for reference, I will be making a butcher hook. For whatever that's worth. I like how my weapon is the pig. It's a dangerous weapon. Oh, there's a bunny. I could try to run it over, but I think I have enough meat on me right now. Also, holding this pig is making me exhausted. Is there something wrong with, like, do I have anemia? Like, what's going on? Why am I exhausted at, like, 7 p.m. every day? I wasn't, like, pounding cartons of wine last night. I shouldn't be this tired. Oh. This vehicle is not powerful or agile. It's a chonker. And I'm really worried about the wheels popping off. But it survives another day. Maybe. I should probably come up with a different way to get home. Now that all these like little bushes are such a driving speed hiccup. I mean, worst case scenario, I could always like lay gravel down to prohibit plant growth or dig it up or something to try to make it a little bit more passable. But I should just come up with a different route home that cuts down on the bushwhacking, because this van can't really handle it. Ooh, you know what I just realized? Can I climb the rope with the pig in my arms? Yes! Ah, perfect. Chunk! Alright, I need some logs for planks so that I can butcher this thing. My character is in an immense amount of pain from... yes. From climbing with that in her arms. Oh, I don't have a method to cut down trees, do I? I, like, had a hatchet in my inventory as an everyday carry type of item, and then promptly was like, you know what? I don't use this enough. I'm gonna put it away. Said previous me, who is woefully wrong. And maybe what I'll do is I'll rope some together. So we can bring home a log stack. So I've seen some of your predictions in the chat. Let's see if this trip was worth it. I remember butchering some, like, deer right when the Unstable Branch came out, and I remember being distinctly disappointed. So really curious if they changed it so that going to the effort of getting a butcher hook and finding a big fat animal and butchering it is worth it or not. Even at Butcher 0 skill. Ooh. That sounded exciting. Alright, butcher hook. I guess I'll butcher outside? I don't really know where to put this. I'll butcher here. There we go. We got the butcher hook. It's starting to look a little creepy up here as a result. Pick up the sow. Pick up a knife. And a flushing tool. Oh, I can't pick up anything. I guess there's an order of operations here. Add the pig corpse. Alright, we need a flushing tool. Probably don't actually need a flushing tool right now anyway. And then... I know you said there was knives here, and I kept mousing over them. Machete. Hunting knife. Ah. Or fillet knife. I don't know if there's any difference. So, making sure I do this right. I think I bleed it first. Let me Google it just to make sure I'm, like, doing it correct. So, PZ Butcher. Butchering is... Alright, the wiki really doesn't say anything about how to do this. Fine. Bleed. None? Okay, and then gather the meat. Gather the leather. And my butcher skill, I'm assuming, went up? Yep. Alright, so apparently all the corpse that's left here is a head. So I have 3 units of unprocessed leather. Oh my god, are you kidding? Okay, so for pour cut pork chops, I have 1.12. And this pork chop, I have 0.5. So of a 257 kilo pig, I got about 1.5 kilos of meat. Well, that will be yummy for a day. Ugh. My brain is struggling with how little that makes sense. Can I make a softening beam? Yes. If I had more planks. Now, I know that butchery is like a skill in the game, but regardless, I struggle to understand how that makes sense, even a little bit. Oh, come on. It's too dark. Aim, please. Fine. I will do this tomorrow. Butchering is way underpowered compared to fishing? Yes. I would agree to that. The amount of food I got for the effort doesn't add up even a little bit. No, don't burn. No, no, I said stop fast forwarding time. Oh, God, you said stop fast forwarding time, you stupid game. Whatever, be sad. I don't care. To pour on ground. Well, if feeding myself wasn't hard enough with the mega pig turning into no meat, the fast forward time just like nuked my other food. It's all good. I'm alive. I guess we're gonna go with some pork chops. And let's see if fast forwarding time won't screw me up this time. My character's hungry and I want to keep cooking. So each one of these is not a lot of hunger. 16? Like, that's like... I mean, at least I'm full. Count my lucky stars. Sinew. I'll put this over with the leather, because I don't really know what I want to do with it. And let's get to sleep. 3 in the morning, so it's probably time. Storm? Oh, great. Perfect time to be softening leather. Alright, here's our softening beam. And the leather is gonna be... So we got a flushing tool. And we now have medium crude leather. But I somehow increased the weight of the medium leather. So if we had a tannin barrel, I could tan it. But I don't have, like, tanning liquid, because I would need, like, grain for that or whatever. But, yeah, we can leave this as, I'm gonna put it in my farm barrel. It's not really farming, but, I consider it similar-ish enough. Read a book, because the pork chops made me sad, I guess. And it's already 3, almost 4 p.m., because I pulled quite a late night. I wanted to check up on the farm again, to see if the crops kept dying off. The reason why I don't think it's the fact that I have a roof above me, is if that was true, it wouldn't be dying off in one specific region. It would be dying off, like, all at once. And these crops seem fine, so I think I stemmed the tide of the crop die-off by digging up some of them intentionally. I don't think we're ever gonna harvest them, though. So we got a little bit of pork. I could make a tannin barrel. Might as well. I don't think tanning liquid is, so I'll explain why I wanted brain. You can make a bowl of brain tan from small animal brains. So I can take the pig's head and do that. So let's get the tannin barrel and then, like, turn the brain into tanning liquid and tan the leather. So we waste nothing. Although I didn't get much, but whatever. All right, piggy. Gathering your head. Oh god, that's... I'll also gather your bones. Should I drink this? I'm joking. So I got a bunch of animal bones that I can use, and then the sow head, which I'm going to slice open for the brain. I'm just going to drop all the bones here, because I don't know what to do with them yet. But the head, I'll put over with the cow skull. It's looking pretty gross. So we would need a bowl with water. Alright. And then, probably counter. Here we go. Bowl of brain tan. So with this bowl of brain tan, we can bring it over to the tanning barrel. And I need to go get the crude leather again. What is so heavy? Why am I so massively... Oh, I have the skeleton. What am I looking for? The leather. All right. Tan leather. Craft. And then it needs to be dried on a leather drying rack. Well, the long sticks are coming in handy, I guess. But I don't have enough twine to put these together. So, I can't do that now. But I'll put the tanned leather away. Oh, what did it say? Need to be dried on a leather drying rack. Yeah, alright, got it. So, you saw the process of, like, processing animals. I will say the yield is... I was having you guys take guesses because I sort of knew what the yield was going to be and how underwhelming it would be. What can you make twine out of? Flax, I believe. You can craft twine out of hemp dogbane, actually. So I could try to forge up some hemp dogbane or flax tow, hemp, or sinew thread. Oh, you know what? I could make sinew thread. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make the leather drying rack. I have 2 sin-through thread. And then... Oh. Yeah, I would need 25 sinew thread to make 1 twine with a wooden rod. Am I reading that right? Let me get a wooden rod and just double check. That's not a wooden rod because I don't have carving, so I can't make wooden rods. Never mind. Well, at least we have sinew thread with the sinew. That's a start of something. So, good job us. And it looks like the entire day got spent puttering about the base. So, let's make pork. Because I made pork chop last time, I think. And if I'm not mistaken, we don't have the Butchery 1 book, but if I leveled my Butchery to level 2, I would be able to read the 3 book, which could be useful. And I think what I'm going to do with this pork is, like, make pork soup to try to, like, you know, expand its amount. And I'm going to make sad pork soup by adding... No, stop. By adding too much ingredient. Stew, olive oil. So there is pork, pepper, olive oil, salt, onion powder, seasoning salt, butter, chives, parsley, and flour seasoning. It's breaded with some vegetable oil and a bouillon cube. Yep, that's a stew. I just kept adding things because the game allowed it to happen. Now here's the question. This weighs 4.2, and what I'm curious about is when I put it into bowls, is it going to gain weight miraculously, or is it going to be normal, for lack of a better term? So we'll see. And I'll check up on the traps as soon as this is done. See if we actually trap something. I hope we did. I don't want to burn it, so I'm not going to fast forward time, because I've been known to burn my food fast forwarding. Which is funny, because in real life, I'm a pretty good cook. I never burn food. I occasionally burn... If I'm making something that is going to be sprinkled on top, like toasting breadcrumbs or something, or like toasting walnuts, occasionally I'll burn them when I'm doing like 2 or 3 other things in the kitchen. But generally, I'm pretty good about not burning my food. Although, the last run I had in Project Zomboid, I was making rice, and I somehow burnt the whole house down. Okay, so hunger 70, that looks pretty good. That has a hell of a lot of ingredients in it, but, you know, why not? So... crafting into 4 bowls. So this is this weighs 4.2 still. I put it in some bowls. I see my encumbrance meter screaming at me, so I think I know what happened. I doubled its weight. So either these 4 bowls weigh 4 kilos each, a kilogram bowl per. So they're like lead bowls, or there's something wrong, and I'm gonna think that there's just something wrong with weight calculations in the game. I think I'll leave them on the stove, because they're not gonna go bad that quickly. Well, there we go. Cook some pork. Pork stew. At least I'm, like, stuffed and happy. So what's my weight at now? Still dropping. Alright, before it gets too dark, let's check on the traps. So, interestingly, I feel like this version of Project Zomboid requires a lot more calories. Keeping in mind that I do have a hearty appetite. But, and then the ways that you get calories, like farming, has been nerfed. And so a lot more of your time is just on the daily struggle of not starving. These traps are all bingo. How are you guys trapping? Because given that farming takes forever now, like it used to be that it would take like a week to grow like cabbage or something like that. I forget exactly what the grow timer was, but it was pretty quick. And now it takes forever. I struggle to see how trapping is a useful skill if it's really challenging to find things to even put into the traps in the first place. Trapping would only really be useful if you have an established long-term community that grows food, right? I just don't. I struggle to see how you would manage to find, like, regular supplies of, like, carrots, for instance, to try to trap rabbits. Because it's not something that you're typically going to be able to forage. Basically, what I'm saying is, butchery sucks, and trapping sucks, but you can milk cows and turn into butter for an amazing amount of calories, or you can fish. So basically, the way to maintain weight in Project Zomboid, as far as I could tell, is live in Louisville and scavenge food in mass quantities, have some dairy cows and keep them pregnant so that you just keep milking them for butter and churning up the hell out of your butter, or of your milk into butter, or fish constantly. I don't really see other ways to really keep the weight on.
Yeah.
And you can't really live off eggs. Chickens, the bird feed to egg ratio. Well, I guess I'll back it up and what I'm trying to say is the manpower to calorie ratio, right? Like work for food. It's tricky now. In previous versions of Zomboid, you would have to dedicate a small percentage of your day to food acquisition, and then you would have a lot more time to do stuff. And now it's a lot more time trying to get food with a lot less time to do stuff, and the stuff you have to do, well, there's a lot more stuff to do. So you have less time on your hands and a lot more things to spend it on. And I feel like that ratio is kind of wrong, for lack of a better term. I feel like we're too busy being hunter-gatherers to actually enjoy the crafting update. So the hunger trait, surprisingly, the hearty appetite, isn't actually how many calories you need to survive, it's how peckish you feel. So technically speaking, hearty appetite is not actually making you that much more voracious in terms of food. It's just your body constantly says, I'm hungry, but you're actually not hungry. It's like lying to you. Whereas thirsty, you do drink more. A lot more. Like twice as much. Is this a tropical storm? I'm going to listen to the weather. This seems, where is the radio? Yo, radio. There it is. Oh, I whipped past it. Mild wind. Heavy rain, thunderstorm. Okay, that sounds more right. So you asked, is it moving towards multiplayer specialization? I don't think so. Because if it takes like an entire farm worth of animals to feed me, feeding multiple people would be ridiculous. Unless you're just like constantly churning milk into butter and eating butter as your only like calorie intake. I guess. But at that point, it's like the dumbest survival game I've ever heard of. I'm not going to spare any words. I've never played a survival game where it's like, hey, you want to survive? Churn milk into butter. It's the only way to do it. Imagine like playing Stardew Valley and it's like, oh, you want to survive in Stardew? Sorry, eat a stick of butter a day. That's the only way to do it. People would be like, yeah, this game's dumb. And they wouldn't be wrong. Is there like something wrong with my sleep? I fell asleep at 1:30, woke up at 6:30. I mean, in real life, yeah, I have a toddler. I'm familiar with that sleep schedule. But in game, shouldn't I have slept in a bit more? Huh. I don't know. So with the bones, if we're gonna keep going through the whole what to do with bones, you can smash bones into bone pieces or carve bones into useful things. Knives, awls, fishing hooks, forks, sewing needles. So if you smash bones, some of the bones you smash will have sharp bone fragments. turning jawbones into war hatchets, bone armored gloves, if we had twine, and bone pieces with like an awl. I wish you could mouse over and see the benefit of this stuff, but yeah, like one of the nice things to have is like you can do things with your. You can end up looking like the crazy people from the forest, covered in bones and naked, I guess. I like it. The other question I had is, and I'll go and check the traps again, but do I have what I need for fishing? I don't think I do. Because from what I understand now, it's milk or fish, it's butter or fish. That's like how to keep fed. And I wasn't eager to go fishing, but I'd like to confirm that. And I have done some fishing in Project Zomboid, and it's pretty easy to find worms and other bait, and to turn that into kilos of fish. Because I think from that pig I got like 2.5 kilos worth of food. And in my experience, that's like the weight of like one fish. So, yeah, unless you have really high butcher skill. Oh, wild carrots. There we go. I was talking that it would be hard to find the bait for rabbit traps, but I mean, it's only one wild carrot and it's not a particularly big one. But I guess if you get lucky enough and you keep rummaging up wild carrots, that might be a way to do it. At least I can fish in the pool. Yeah. It would be an interesting challenge, not that I intend to do it, which would be to build some sort of like bridge over to an island and then to destroy the bridge and just live on the island. Because in Zomboid, you can, like, water is impassable, so zombies could never get to you. So you could hypothetically, or just like create a custom starting location and like start on a little island and see if it's like possible to live exclusively on an island. Man, my foraging, it's so easy to level up foraging compared to all the other skills. Alright, I think I need to get some food in me. Next update, water zombies. That'd be brutal. I mean, I don't think the island meta would be fun. It'd be fun, like, very briefly, and then would be very boring, because there'd be very little for you to do on the island. It depends on how big the island is, because fishing isn't necessarily free, right? It would require you to have at least a little bit of resources to be able to actually start the process. And I bet you'd run out of food pretty quick. Anyway, because there's only like so much digging for bugs you could do until you're just out of potential bugs. Oh, even my worms got rotted. The good news is, even with rotten worms, I think you can still cook them for experience. Where's my cooking? So I'm at 104.88. Let's see. Cooking worms. Oh no, I didn't get experience this time around. I'm not really sure what a cooked worm looks like, given that they're mostly moisture and there wouldn't be much left, but There. I now live with this little ladybug. I wonder if it will die. Yeah, I'm gonna grab it and put it on my bed. Right next to my pillow. We'll find out the hard way. Well, that was a little underwhelming trying to feed myself. I didn't get very far and or make a lot of progress, but at least you saw the process of finding a animal, killing it, bringing it back, butchering it, and then tanning the leather. And I don't have all that I need for the tanning process, but you know, it's a multi-stage process, and I think that's pretty cool to be able to source leather if you want to do that. But this, friends, is where I'm going to live off because I am out of time for today. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Brandenburg Shelter, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow zombie apocalypse survivors.